Hi everyone, welcome to Virtual History 360. I'm Mr. Wade, and today we're going to be talking about Manifest Destiny. More specifically, we're going to be discussing the lands that were purchased by the United States. You see, taking land after winning a war is one thing, but to be able to acquire land peacefully through diplomatic means is quite impressive. We're going to discuss two such events today. Remember this guy? Well, he controlled a lot of land in the Americas. But that changed when there was a slave revolt in Haiti. Led by Toussaint Louverture, the inhabitants of the island regained control from the French. Not too long after this, Thomas Jefferson became president and wanted to secure New Orleans for American farmers. He was prepared to offer $10 million for the city. As it turns out, Napoleon was preparing for war with Britain and was trying to raise some funds, so France countered his offer with all of the Louisiana Territory for $15 million. Now, this leads to a whole other conversation regarding the power of the president to make such a large purchase. We'll save that for another day. What's important to know is that this purchase basically doubled the size of the country. Let me say that again. With one pen stroke, our nation went from this to this. Now, most of that land had never been seen by people other than natives or the French, so Jefferson was eager to explore the area. What do you say we go take a look at what that wilderness looked like? Now, behind me here is the Columbia River Gorge. Can you imagine traveling through this terrain 200 years ago? No planes, trains, or automobiles to assist you? No truck stops to refuel? It takes a certain kind of person to take this voyage. Meet Lewis and Clark, along with their translator, Sacagawea. These guys were tasked with finding a water route to the Pacific, a route that took them through territories with natives that were not always friendly to outsiders. Now, luckily, having a woman accompany them was a sign that they were not a war party, and most tribes welcomed them. Coincidentally, one of the tribes was ruled by Sacagawea's brother. He was able to resupply the group for the final leg as they worked their way through this area on their way to the Pacific. Although they never found a pure water to the ocean, they did map and document their way and opened the country. What do you leave this area and check out another piece of land that was purchased by the United States? So, after the Louisiana Purchase, our country doubled in size and settlers started moving into the new territory almost right away. Now, let's fast forward about 50 years and talk about the Gadsden Purchase. Now, a lot happened in the United States between the Louisiana Purchase and the Gadsden Purchase, and don't worry, we'll get to those details later. But I think we should bookend this lesson with another peaceful purchase. See, at this point, we've already gained the land that would include California, and the cutting-edge transportation of the day was the railroad. Problem is, it was really hard to lay the tracks, and mountains made it worse. Look, here we are in Yuma, Arizona. As I was saying, railroads were what connected the country, and it was easier to lay tracks on flat land. Take a look at the background. See those mountains? By purchasing about 30,000 square miles from Mexico, the railroad companies were able to avoid them. Please note that not all of the land we acquired from Mexico came peacefully. We'll get to that a little bit later, but the Gadsden Purchase is another example of gaining land through peaceful diplomacy. So let's review. In 1803, the U.S. purchased the Louisiana Territory that doubled the size of our country. In 1853, the U.S. made the Gadsden Purchase, which allowed the railroads to connect to California easier. Good? Now, if you found this video interesting or informative, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. For Virtual History 360, thank you.